Today, making a video to go over some of the snags we got with this rear bumper and the license plate bracket, including the hidden hitch access and all that. You know, just so you guys don't make the same mistakes I did. Let's check it out. To go over the hidden hitch, I bought this flip up license plate bracket, and you can see it's got these big holes right here. This is where a fair lead would be on a winch, so probably for a front bumper, but I'm going to try to make it work on the rear. Got this one off of Amazon, and you know, sometimes on Amazon you get what you pay for. This kit is pretty minimalist. It came with some hardware, but the hardware is all too small for the hole, so I had to pick up my own stuff. Essentially, it just goes together like this. This part bolts to the bumper, this part has your license plate on it, and then in theory it would just hinge up. Well, the problem is, look at this huge gap between these two pieces. Definitely don't like that. The other problem is, to get this to not wiggle around, you'd have to tighten it down really hard, but that kind of defeats the purpose of having a flip up license plate mount, because you wouldn't want to have to loosen up the bolts to get it to pivot up and then tighten it down again while you're driving, and you know, maybe you take something out of your hitch and then you put it back down again. That just seems kind of dumb to me. So we're going to try to play with this a little bit and put some springs in here and see if we can adapt this to work with our setup. For hardware, we picked up 2 1/2-inch bolts that go in this face mounting plate right here. And then we got a locking nut, so we don't have to worry about that coming loose. And then our 2 washers. For the hinge part right here, where it rotates, we have 2 1/4-inch bolts, locking nuts again, a bunch of washers for those. And then we're going to see if we can make these torsion springs work. I think this is a 3/8 center hole, but that's the only spring they had that's this type. But we're going to try to get it so it's spring loaded and it always wants to stay down. Altogether, this was about $6.50 at Ace Hardware. So how do you like my flip up license plate? This is how I flip it up to put something in the hitch here. There you go, that's it, full up. So this is now the 3rd modification I'm gonna have to make to this thing to get it to work. And the funny thing is, it's not interfering with anything else. It's their own product that doesn't work. I've tried it both ways now. One way you can't even get the bolts in for the license plate here. The other way, as it is right now, the bolts are hitting. It can go up a few degrees, but it's stuck there. Still can't use the hidden hitch. Well, like I said in the beginning, this is actually designed for a winch fair lead, so in this case you wouldn't be able to use your winch. So very interesting design. It makes you wonder if they even tried it out before they started shipping them out, but that's all right. I'm not giving up yet. We're going to try to modify it a little bit more to add some room for these bolts to go up as it rotates, because if this can go all the way up and lay flat, it's something usable. All right, we cut some bigger notches out of it and threw a little bit of paint on it. Hopefully that works. We'll give her a shot. We could at least get, you know, a pin in there for use with a soft shackle or something. But I do think we could probably get a whole shackle in there. Still kind of useless at this point because we already have these shackle hangers on the bumper, but So now I need to route these wires in there. And this is one of the 2 license plate lights that was on the OEM bumper, and we're just going to tie these LED bolt lights. Got to route them up there first. All right, let's see if we can fit a ball hitch in here. It's about as high as it goes right there. Line up, square with the receiver. Yeah, depends on how long your device is. Yeah, so that can go all the way in. Unfortunately, the ball's probably going to hit if I ever tried to tow using this bumper. If we go the other way, can't go in there, but at least we have some use out of that. Got the lights wired up. Now we just need to get some plastic covering to go over this, just to protect those wires, and then also just make it more blacked out, better looking. So I just got off the phone with Chassis Unlimited, and I asked them, hey, I've got this rear bumper, it's installed on my truck, wondering how much can I tow with that hitch that's on the bumper. They said, well, what are you trying to tow? There should be a rating on it, right? Really what it's for is, you know, some type of recovery point, or what the guy said to me is for a bike rack. Well, that's not going to be my thing. I'm definitely not putting a bike rack on there. So it's a little disappointing that you can't use it for any type of towing, but hey, that's all right. The way I'm looking at it, it's really just kind of a freebie at this point. And just to be clear, I really like this company and I think this bumper is awesome, but the critique I have is, dude, on the product description page, you should definitely put how much that hitch can tow. And another cool thing would be to let people know, hey, if you do need to tow, your factory hitch probably isn't going to be compatible with this. You know, who knows, it might have changed my decision too, because I am going to need to do some towing. Yeah, so really not a huge deal. We made it work. We always do. And, you know, I don't like poo-pooing other people's products unless, you know, they're really trying to screw somebody over. But like in this case, it wasn't. It was kind of just, you know, maybe me not doing enough research. And really what I should have done is just call the manufacturer and make sure that these things were all going to work together. And I didn't. So that's on me. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If for some reason you are still interested in combining these products and you like that license plate flip up cover, I will put a link down in the description for you to check it out. See you next time.